let's go ahead and take a look at classification, everybody. Classification is to do this: place organisms into orderly groups based on similar characteristics. For example, we could classify according to anatomy, or we could classify according to DNA. We actually looked at classification according to anatomy before. Remember, that's called comparative anatomy. We did that a couple lessons ago anyway. Let's go ahead and take a look at, everybody, 3 questions that classification helps to answer. Here's the first question. Classification helps to answer, what are the defining characteristics of a species? It also helps to answer this question, how and when did a species evolve? And finally, it helps to answer this question, how are various species related to one another? So, one of the things, again, you'll notice it says, please add these questions to your notes. So make sure you got the definition on these 3 questions. All right, let's go ahead and move on next, everybody, to our next vocabulary word. We're going to look at graphic organizer. A graphic organizer, everybody, is just simply this. It is a visual tool used to help organize information. So when we construct or look at what's called a branching diagram, everybody, that is considered to be a graphic organizer. All right, so those are our first couple of vocabulary words. Let's go ahead next, everybody, in just a moment here. We're going to look at a branching diagram. Branching diagram, everybody. And again, remember, it says, please paste this definition in your notes. Make sure you do that. It's used to show shared characteristics between organisms. It helps us visually organize the happenings of evolution. So on an evolutionary timeline, what came first, what has evolved most recently, and then what was happening in between. Next, it shows evidence of common ancestry. So, for example, what are the ancestors of, for example, that red dial phone? Or what are the ancestors of a simple wireless cell phone, like a flip phone? Last, they are closely related to cladograms and phylogenetic trees. Now, we have branching diagrams, we have cladograms and phylogenetic trees. For our purposes, everybody, they really serve pretty much the same needs. It helps us organize information, identify shared characteristics, visually see what's happening with evolution, and also show common ancestry. So the 3 of them are pretty closely related to each other. Our last vocabulary word that we're going to look at now is taxonomy. And again, please place this in your notes. It is the science of describing, naming, and classifying organisms. So part of what we're doing here, everybody, is we're actually kind of building a taxonomy, a visual taxonomy, where we're describing, naming, and classifying. We're not so much doing the naming part, we've got that, but we are describing and we're looking at classifying them, at least on an evolutionary timeline.